Hey y'all, it's Eli and Nick here with Alchemy Custom Weaponry, the millennial sales guy and the Gen Z sales kid.
Yep.
Back
I
at
used
it.
to be kid, but
yeah,
you're kid now.
yeah, I'm kid because I'm
You're
significantly younger than you.
Not, but yes, it's quite a bit.
You're how old?
I'm 30. I have to think about it. Like I'm old enough that I got to think about
Yeah.
that. I'm turning 39.
Yeah, I'm 24,
Yeah,
so
that's-
way younger than you.
So I had my permit when you were born.
Well,
learner's permit.
you're old. That's all. That's the
all right.
gist of that story. But
Cool.
what we want to talk to you about today is more options from Alchemy Custom Weaponry. You know, a lot of people think they see us not having a crazy amount of drop-down menus, and we don't do a lot of special order stuff, and people think, well, everyone's going to be the same or something. I want you to know that we really do offer quite a few things, and there's a lot of different ways to make your pistol unique. And
Yeah.
of course, 1911 people being 1911 people, the number one way to make your pistol unique, grips.
Grips or stocks.
Or stocks,
handles. As people sometimes refer to
Yes,
them.
as the boomer vernacular
Yep.
would state.
Yep.
So I'm going to kick us off real quick with talking about some of our just standard
Yep.
grip options.
Go for it.
Okay. So for our standard, regular government models, no anything special. We have the Checkered Wood grips.
Yeah,
These are
checkered walnut.
Yep.
And it's the standard grip for government commander or commander, we call it carry, or the compact, which is a CCO
Yep.
officer. Yeah.
and we lovingly refer to these as cheap grips.
Well,
But they're not.
They're not.
They're so nice.
They're really
and
nice
they're
grips.
Very
Yeah,
nicely
I said
textured.
that on a video like 4 years ago or something like that.
And I'll never let him live it down.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, they're very simple, but they're very nice. Like the flat bottom, no pinhole cutout. It's just they blend very well with the ACW guns.
Well, and the full checkered reminds you of pre-war Colt
Yep.
stocks. So very, very traditional and,
Yep.
and actually very nicely textured.
Yeah.
Especially for a fighting gun, that's something that I'm very interested in is textured
I like loving
grips.
guns. He likes fighting guns.
Yeah.
He's very violent.
But the checkered wood is definitely a good option there. That's it on hard chrome. Of course, it does also look beautiful on blued. I actually really am a big fan of the checkered wood on blued.
on the blue guns. Yep.
The next one would be the black G10 grips,
Yep.
and this is actually on our compact or the CCO model.
Yep.
The CCO model, you only have two options for grips anyways, and that would be the wood checkered grips and the G10, black G10 grips. These are very aggressive. They're in the same pattern as our regular checkered walnut grips.
They are the most aggressive grips. I will say that these specific grips, if you get a blued gun, these will, they're a little bit more aggressive, and so you might see marring underneath the grips on a blued
Yep.
frame with the standard G10 grips because they're aggressive texture. They're a little bit harder than wood. On wood grips on a blued gun, you're going to want to every now and then take those grips off.
Yep.
Put some, what do you put under?
All.
All. Oil
Yep.
is what that is, but you put some oil under them because the wood will, can keep some moisture in behind them. The G10s can mark up blued guns. Any other finish, don't worry about it. But on blued guns, just be aware. That's what bluing's all about.
Of course.
Yep.
And so that's our two standard grips. Now, one other one that a lot of people don't know that's available not just on this gun is our Quantico double diamond grips. Now, these are a G10 grip. They're very, very nice. I believe we get those. Those are Hogue grips.
Yep.
They're extremely nice grips.
Well, they're very nice grips. I mean, they got a little bit of a thumb scoop on this side here.
A little tactical.
Pay no attention to this gun here. This is the Quantico single stack prototype. And when I do this, so this has the scalps, which we don't offer. Okay, it has the old style magwell, the new one's the Chen, obviously. But I'm gonna do this just to get at Eli because this gun, it's got some extra lockup
that
in it.
particular gun keeps me up at night. I want that particular Quantico very badly.
Because it was numero uno, but he can't have it.
Well, and it's the best shooting 45 I've ever fired. That particular gun is the best 45 I've ever fired.
I've shot others that I really enjoy as well, but there's just it's like Herbie the Love Bug, okay? They made a lot of Volkswagens,
but only
there's
one
only
Herbie,
one
yeah.
Herbie, okay? So this is like the Herbie of the collection.
Right.
And it stays with me.
Unfortunately, that burns me up.
That burns him up.
But these are like a G10 material, double diamond, and one other thing is you can get those on regular guns.
Oh yeah, other guns.
Other guns. So this is actually, I like those grips so much, I actually put those on. This is my personal Prime Elite carry,
Nice
which
one.
I think really sets off the matte hard chrome with that beautiful double diamond, which again is a traditional look for the gun. All right, so that's pretty much our standard grip options.
Yes.
Those will cost you nothing.
Yes, depending on the
model.
Yeah.
Depending on the model, you know, the Quantico grips come with Quantico, the Checkered Wood come with everything else, or the black G10. And so now we're going to get into some of our nicer grips, something a little fancier, a little show off. You want to stretch your stuff at the barbecue.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you're changing your grips up, it's like, you know, a different jacket. You have a wardrobe that has jackets, and I have one jacket. But I suppose a jacket could change things. This is like jackets changing your jeans. Or something. Like, I don't know what that means.
It classes it up.
It classes it up. So we're going to start right here with the American Holly grips. And these grips are really nice because it's going to look like an ivory grip. So people look at this and go, is that ivory stocks?
Almost all the time.
Ivory handles? No, these are American Holly grips, which is a white wood. It is very, very nice. You're going to see texture in it. So
it's got a beautiful grain.
White. It's got grain in it. I absolutely love these grips. One thing to bear in mind, that they will attract dirt from your hands, and they will attract stuff from like, you know, red sock, you know, gun socks and stuff like that.
Carbon,
they'll attract carbon. So, you know, this is something that you want to have on your gun, but if you're going to be shooting it a lot or carrying it a lot, and you want to make sure that these Holly grips stay good for forever, you know, maybe switch them off to the wood, you know, the Checkered Wood or the G10s. But these are like your going out grips.
Yeah.
They look fantastic.
They look absolutely gorgeous.
Yep.
And then you've got some other stuff.
On guns. So talking about wood grips, we have other options. So checkered walnut and ironwood. So, or not checkered walnut, figured walnut. It's walnut. But the walnut grips are going to have different grain, different patterns. And the nice thing about these grips is each one's like a fingerprint. They're all unique, like a snowflake, if you will.
I don't know nothing about them. I'm from the South. I hate snow.
Well, yeah. So they're unique. They have a real nice grain pattern. I really like our walnut grips. And then we have ironwood, which is going to be more, it's a harder wood. It's going to have more of a straight grain pattern in them. But we make these grips in-house. We finish them, spend a lot of time making these grips. And they turn out nice. They fit up, whether you have a magwell gun or a non-magwell gun. They fit really nicely. One thing to be aware of on your guns is if you get a different set of grips, ours or aftermarket, and you put them on, and you have our ambi safety does not use the little scoop that goes behind it. Like, you know, I forgot who has that on their guns.
It's like Springfield.
Like a Springfield or whatever. So our grips do not have that cutout. So
you don't need to worry about it.
Our grips on another gun that has that, you're going to have some problems. But the paddle on the safeties may touch it. So if you ever get a new set of grips, whether it's ours or someone else's, and you just go slap them on the gun, and you go, oh man, my gun's not operating properly, bear in mind that your safety may be hitting the top of the grips. You may need to take a couple file strokes on there to do that. But if you get the grips and you order them from us with the gun,
we make sure that doesn't happen.
Make sure there's no clearance issues on that. We've had people put grips on that should not go on our guns and cause all kinds of issues, and they send them in for warranty. We're going to have to say, hey, the grips you put on caused this problem. So your grips can cause issues there.
No bueno.
No bueno.
As they say down
bueno.
south. All right, and so one of my favorites, and I think it's kind of a sleeper grip option, especially on blued, because I just wouldn't think these two together, but it's the Ebony grips, and these are a beautiful, beautiful gloss ebony finish. Just really hard to express in photos and in videos how beautiful these are, especially on a blued gun. But the nice thing about the black ebony is that not only does it look good on a blued gun, but it'll be an awesome contrast on a hard chrome gun. It'll be absolutely, you can do a DLC. I've actually got a Quantico that's being finished up right now with That's DLC with Ebony.
Oh, nice.
Just triple black.
That's gonna look
really,
good.
really
That's
good
gonna
look.
look real hot.
And then even the color case hardened guns look really
the
good.
color case hardened package.
Yeah.
Comes with the Ebony grips with the blue PVD, small marks. Man, just really sets that
So
off.
the Ebony grips are definitely a great option if you're wanting a darker vibe, as we young people say, to
Vibe
your
check.
gun.
That's
Yep.
bussin'.
Go home, Dad. But the Ebony grips are absolutely fantastic. They are, as with all of our premium grip options, they are a little smoother.
Yep.
So that is something to consider if you're going to carry the gun, but with a good.
I carry
with
Ebony
a good
grips,
type
like
grip.
I've carried this gun,
Yeah.
this specific gun, quite a bit, and I have no problem with it because the comfort carry checkering, the checkering we've got on the front and back, the front strap and the mainspring housing, or as people call it,
The back strap.
The back strap. Okay, that checkering is aggressive enough that the grips do something, but not a whole lot.
Right, and it's just always something to know beforehand when you're buying grips or thinking about getting grips that these are not textured. So it's just something I'm telling you.
Yep.
And moving on to possibly the most gangster of grips, Mac Daddy grip.
Gangsta?
I mean, it could be.
Gangsta or
No, this is
gangster?
gangster.
It is, I know.
So this is our prime color case hardened. And what's it got on there?
It's got some Mammoth grips.
Got some Mammoth grips.
Yes.
Now, our Mammoth grips are awesome. If you are interested, I'm just going to put this out here real quick. If you are interested in Mammoth grips for your gun, that is a stock that is ever changing.
Yes.
You have to let me know, and I will get you over photos of what we have in stock and what's available so that you can pick out what's best for your gun. I'm always there to help you.
He is.
Pick what's going to look best because
He's there all the time.
I'm there all the time. Right, and so
Too much.
yes, and so it's always important to make sure you get with us because what you see on the website or what you see in pictures may not be what we have in stock. It's just very good. You want to follow up with us if you're interested in Mammoth grips.
Well, yeah, because Mammoth, I mean, we're talking about fossilized, woolly Mammoth tusk. This is what this is.
None are alike.
Yeah, none are alike. So this right here is going to be a cross-cut Mammoth tusk. Sometimes we'll have Mammoth ivory. What is ivory? Well, it could be the tooth, it could be the bone. Like, there's a lot of different ways people consider, ivory. I know there's like the legal definition of it, but sometimes people say ivory and they don't really know what they're talking about, like what they're looking for. This would be a cross-cut Mammoth tusk, which is just beautiful. Now, one thing to note here on this specific grips, the way we do it, is that they are backed with carbon fiber.
Freaking carbon fiber, dude.
Carbon fiber, because this is fossilized, 20,000-year-old mammoth bone. Okay, came right out of the woolly mammoth's face. So it is not super sturdy. You have to have some type of a flexible backing. It is, encased in resin and all that, but the backing, having that flexibility and that buffer when you're shooting it is going to be very important. Now, once again, like the American Holly grips, I wouldn't recommend shooting your Mammoth ivory grips that much, if really at all. Like, if you want to be that guy, go ahead. They're going to be
super
okay,
gangster.
But what I'm saying is, if you do it over and over and over again, it's not, fossilized Mammoth parts are just not going to be there after 10,000 rounds, okay? But a little bit's going to be not a problem.
Bear in mind that our grips being backed with carbon fiber is essential to the longevity of the grip itself.
Yep.
So while many just straight Mammoth or ivory grips could be, it's very risky to shoot,
Yep.
These are less so because it's freaking carbon fiber underneath these.
Yes.
And carbon fiber is always what you do when you want to go fast.
We want to go fast. Well, when you want to go fast, you got to look good to go fast.
You got to look good to go fast.
And those look good, and they go fast. Now, one other thing I want to point out is if you look at all these grips here and all the guns, what do you notice about all our grip screws? They are clocked,
all in line,
timed in line with the cock insertion.
With the cock insertion.
Now, here's what you don't do. You don't grab your grip screws and put them on there and just torque them down as hard as you can to make sure they line up. We have them backed with little rubber grommets or bushings, okay? And if you have a tough time being able to get those timed properly, if you're going to set up with a different set of screws, or grips, make sure you get extra bushings so you can either stack them up we sometimes put one bushing under the grip and one bushing on top of it just to get that timing right so that they stay lined up. And also, another tip, if you don't want to bugger up your grip screws, take that flathead screwdriver, take some blue painter's tape, put it around the front there, because there's nothing worse than getting into those grips and going, oh, oops, boogering them up, and then you got boogered up grip screws, and you got to get new grip screws.
Yeah.
You got to get them hex screws.
Nah,
you get them slotted screws.
Get slotted screws. That's where it's at. And you know, we do take a lot of time. It's the little things like that that really sets Alchemy Custom Weaponry apart. We are so dedicated to making an awesome and perfect pistol that we line up the grip screws.
We line up the grip screws.
And so that, ladies and gentlemen, is a walk down grip lane.
Walk down grippy
lane. Yeah. With us at Alchemy Custom Weaponry, helping you make the decisions for your next freaking gangster 1911.
Freaking gangster, that's right.
If you ever have any questions, never hesitate to reach out to us. We are always here because we're always 1911 here. People.
Oh, 1911 people, sorry.
He's always messing these closings up, but we're always here for you. So please don't ever hesitate to reach out if you need anything. And get in those comments, talk about what grip is your favorite, and we'll see if we agree. I'm definitely going with the Mammoth on the color case harden. I mean, that's just,
yeah, that's right.
That's too much.
That's the right grip.
Yeah. What would you say yours is?
I like American Holly. Awesome. Even though it's not like super practical, I just love this right here.
That is.
Well, I mean, especially on this gun, and I know I make fun of you for liking ring hammers, but with the ring hammer and the ball cuts, this gun looks just like it's like a badass old car with white walls. Like these are like really nice white walls to me.
I do love white walls. You know that. But
yep.
All right, folks. Well, you have a wonderful rest of your day, and make sure you remember to carry cocked and locked.
That's right.
See y'all next time.
Boom.
Shut that off. That was pretty good. That was comprehensive.
It was very comprehensive.
How are you doing, sir? Hi. I barely got to say hey to you.